Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this afternoon's NCC Education webinar. I'd like to introduce you to myself, Tamsin. I am the Business Development Manager for Africa at NCC Education, and Bev O'Donovan, who's Head of Academics for NCC Education Africa. We are going to be your hosts this afternoon, and we're going to be speaking about how you as a student can complete a British degree in your own home country. If I could just ask you to give us a thumbs up as you enter the Facebook webinar event today, just so that I can see that you can hear us. And it would be lovely for you to share which country you're from, perhaps even put an icon of your flag, so we can see where you are logging on today all around the world. If you have questions for us, please can I ask you to comment in the chat window at the bottom and post a question. We will be answering your questions throughout the webinar, and we will also get to a questions and answer section at the end when we're finished. As I said to you earlier, we are going to be talking about how you as a student can complete a British IT degree in your own home country. What we do at NCC Education is we want to inspire you as students, ensure that you're growing, completing and moving on from the next level qualification that you've entered onto, and even maybe achieving a degree one day. We're wanting you to grow academically and practically. I'm not sure how many of you actually know about where NCC Education has come from or a bit about our history, but we are an Ofqual regulated awarding body. Now, what that means for you as a student is we're offering British education, British qualifications, which are awarded by Ofqual, which is an examination board in the United Kingdom. We have currently about 15,000 students in 50 different countries, and we started many years ago in about 1966 as the National Computing Centre, part of the UK government. We've moved on from then, and we've developed diplomas, degrees, even master degrees in the fields of business and IT. We've also started and we've developed partnerships with UK universities, and those partnerships have evolved over the years. Today, we have a network of about 170 educational institutions, which are colleges, universities, training institutions that are all providing British education locally to you as a student in your own country. Now, you might be asking me, what are the benefits of an NCC education qualification? Why should you as a student study an NCC education qualification compared to your local qualification in your own home country? Bev, would you like to share a bit more about that?
Well, Tamsin, there are so many benefits for a student that wants to do the NCC education programs. These qualifications are, first of all, internationally recognized. As mentioned earlier, we're accredited by Ofqual, so therefore we're really well known, and our programs are recognized by universities as well as businesses worldwide. And then we provide students with a range of routes to receive a British diploma or university degree. And then the study methods. They include a combination of distance as well as traditional learning. And a big plus is that our courses are very practical. So students are learning how to do the work while they are studying. So they don't have to go after their studies and then be trained up again. Very different to most universities where students are only learning theoretically. And then our courses are teaching the students critical and strategic thinking, which is a big plus in the world today. And then another advantage is that there are exit points where students will receive a diploma certificate. Now, this is again very different to other universities where they will only receive a transcript. And the big advantage to this is that students after level 4 can go and work and then come back and study. They can move in and out of their studies because they are accredited after each year. And of course, the biggest bonus is that students can study locally. We partner with local colleges and universities, allowing students to acquire a British qualification in their home country. And students having done the first year can move abroad to study the second year. Similarly, after the second year, they can travel abroad to over 70 universities in the UK, USA, Australia, or Canada to further their studies. And then in terms of students who would like to study locally at home, they would do, first of all, in the first year, level 4 diploma in computing or the level 4 diploma in computing with business management. Having completed those diplomas, they would move into level 5 diplomas, level 5 diploma in computing, level 5 diploma in computing with business management, or else the level 5 diploma in computing with cybersecurity. These diplomas provide entrance to universities that students can study in their own hometown. There is the UCLan, which is the University of Central Lancashire, where the students would do a BSc Honours in Business Computing and Information Systems top-up degree, or the University of Greenwich, BSc Honours Computing top-up degree. Both of these are the third year of the honours degree pathway.
We have so many options and opportunities for students. I hear you speaking of a level 4 and a level 5 computing qualification. What do those levels mean for a student?
Well, a level 4 qualification is equivalent to the first year of a degree program in the UK university system. And similarly, a level 5 qualification is equivalent to the second year of a degree program. So it is basically the first and second year of a UK degree.
And Ben, for an interested student listening in today who would love to find out how would they be able to enter into this program and what are the entrance requirements for them, would you be able to explain how they would be able to do that?
Yes, well, there's various entry qualifications depending on which route the student wishes to study. So NCC Education provides 3, what we call level 3 qualifications, which is pre-university, and then any equivalent international qualification. And of course, any student who's done A-levels would be automatically accepted into the level 4 diploma. And we have an even bigger advantage for students who are over 21 who have work experience. They can also go straight into the level 4 diploma.
And what about an English requirement, Bev? Is there a specific English language requirement that a student would have to need?
So if a student has studied in English or their home language is English, there would be no English requirement. However, for those whose home language is not English or studied in a college where it's not English, they would require 5.5 or above in the International English Language Testing System, IELTS, or similar TOEFL qualification. And then NCC Education provides a free English placement test.
Now, I'm sure we have a lot of students on the call today. I can see from Nigeria, Myanmar, Kenya. Wonderful to have you all. I saw Mauritius earlier and Madagascar. I'm sure they're also wondering, from a career paths opportunity, if they had to be looking at studying the level 4 diploma in computing, what type of career pathway could they expect or career opportunities?
So if they are studying the level 4 diploma in computing and then moving on to level 5 and finally the degree, but even just straight level 4, graduates will be able to pursue careers in IT management or IT consultancy, software engineering, networking, data management, cybersecurity, information systems management, programming, mobile computing, just to name a few. So the variety of careers is incredible. The students will really be employable, having done even just level 4. Obviously, level 5, there's more opportunities, and again with a degree, but employability is first and foremost. You will see for our level 4 diploma in computing that all the modules are actually very IT oriented.
And I've noticed a module that includes programming. Bev, what language would the students learn to program in? And how would they be able to use that in the workplace?
So NCC Education teaches the students how to program in C#. Now, the reason for that is C# teaches the students the nuts and bolts of programming and enables the students to be able to program in any other language because it is a very basic language to learn in. Now, I know a lot of you will have heard of Java, which is the big buzzword. However, this language doesn't prepare students to be able to program in any other language.
And I think that's very important for students to note, that by ensuring that once they cover this work in the qualification, that it will definitely make them more marketable in the workplace. Bev, I was just wondering what career pathways, if we're looking at the level 4 diploma in computing with business management, now what career pathways would be available to students?
So for the level 4 diploma in computing with business management, students can still pursue careers in networking, web design, setting up PCs, troubleshooting them, loading software, database administration, just to mention a few. And you will see here the modules are IT related as well as business. There's a few of the modules where they're learning business concepts. So this is really exciting for a student who wants to be able to work in the IT department in any company or in the administration or business department in an IT environment.
Bev, I noticed in a few earlier slides, you spoke about 3 different specialist options when it comes to the level 5 diploma in computing. Would you be able to tell us more about these 3 different options?
Yes, so we did mention them earlier, but just to emphasize, we have the level 5 diploma in computing, and then we have the level 5 diploma in computing with business management. And then finally, we have the level 5 diploma in computing with cybersecurity. Now here you will see the modules that would be done for this diploma. And you will see that there are some that are actually from what we call the EC Council. These are very, very employable modules. The students who, because we work in collaboration with EC Council, which is a global leader in info security, cyber security, certification programs like the Certified Ethical Hacker and Computer Hacking Forensic Investigator.
Bev, would you just like to carry on there, Bev? Sorry.
Right. So in terms of the business program, you will see there are the business modules as well as the IT modules, again, providing the students with a background in business and IT.
And what really impresses me is from your earlier conversations, when we speak about the level 5 diploma in computing with cybersecurity, there's definitely a talent gap. There's a huge shortage of cybersecurity experts. So would you be able to just share with us today, and especially to the students listening in, what career opportunities could they expect in that particular field?
So this, as mentioned earlier, is one of our really flagship programs. Graduates can pursue careers in security architecture, information security analyst, ethical hacking, computer forensic and analyst, security systems administrator. And something that I really need to emphasize is the cybersecurity talent gap. We have so many careers waiting for people to be able to take up these careers and it's actually become an industry crisis. The cybersecurity labor crunch is to hit 3.5 million unfulfilled jobs by 2021. So really, really a very, very important course to be able to be accredited in. And as mentioned earlier, we have modules that we do in the cybersecurity realm, which are done in collaboration with the EC Council. And as mentioned, we do this in collaboration with the EC Council, which is the global leader in the cybersecurity certification programs.
And Bev, will they get extra certificates for these EC Council modules once they've completed them?
Yes, they will. They'll get a certificate from the EC Council itself.
Great. And if a student has to finish a level 5 diploma in cybersecurity and they're looking to progress, they're wanting to study further, maybe end up with a degree behind their name, what would the progression routes be available for these students?
Well, what is exciting here is that students can do the EC Council further qualifications, so they can become further qualified as an EC specialist, or they can move on with NCC education to a London Metropolitan University top-up.
I just love the opportunities that are available to them. Now, with regards to the level 4 and the level 5 diploma, can students progress from there as well onto other particular qualifications or degree programs?
Yes, absolutely. You will see here that we have a number of different universities where students can progress to, and many more will be found on our website. And some of these are actually guaranteed progressions for the students who have completed our completed our level 4. And then again, we have guaranteed progression routes to some of the universities for students who have completed our level 5 diplomas, but again, numbers and numbers of different universities that students can progress to get their top-up degree. And then for students who want to continue studying at home, as mentioned earlier, we have the University of Central Lancashire, BSc Honours Business Computing and Information Systems top-up degree, and that is studied online, the delivery method. And then we have the University of Greenwich, BSc Computing top-up degree. The delivery method for that is classroom. So we've got the two options for students who either want to study online or want a face-to-face experience. Something of real importance is how well the NCC education students do when they get to the university, because they have been prepared so well in level 4 and level 5. It's been found that the pass rate is 85%, and 50% of the students are getting an upper second or above, which means it's a first-class degree. So the preparation that they are receiving in level 4 and level 5 is really an exciting route for them to be able to get their degree from overseas universities, and especially if they want to study at home. Now, here you will see that it's not just in the UK where students can go to university to get their top-up degree. They can travel abroad to Australia. They can go to Canada as well as the USA. And even we have some countries where the students can do a top-up degree in their own country, having done our level 4 and level 5 diplomas. Now, in order to receive these benefits and have access to these amazing careers, you would need to contact one of our accredited partner centres, which are colleges and educational institutions that offer our British qualifications locally.
And Bev, I see we have so many students listening in and who've joined our Facebook Live. Now, how would they find out where their nearest NCC Education Accredited Partner Centre is in the world?
Right. We see here that we have centres throughout the world. Really exciting. And to find your nearest study centre as a prospective student, you would email admissions@nccedu.com to find out which courses you're eligible for, but also on our website, www.nccedu.com, there is a link to becoming a student and finding your nearest centre.
And Bev, do you have any stories to share? Some of the students that have completed a level 4, level 5, computing qualification, or even a degree through NCC education. Do you have any of these stories to share with us today?
We have so many students who've given us amazing testimonies of their experience. And just to show you a few of them, here we have a student from Zimbabwe who has shared his experience of how well he's done in his career and having done the NCC education program. We have another student here from Kenya, again, graduated really well with NCC education and has many employment opportunities been at his doorstep. We have a student from Myanmar, and this student, again, has been so impressed with the pathway, being able to go into pursuing a career in the IT industry. We have a student here from Ghana who really recommends NCC education because he's been able to get a career having studied through NCC education. And then finally, this is just a few of our examples that we have. We have a student from Malawi who's realized that this has been such an amazing, solid foundation for his career as an operations manager. So we have so many different testimonies, and we've just provided you with a few.
I think what strikes me, Bev, is all the different students from all the different countries and the qualifications that they've completed, and also seeing what type of jobs they entered into after completing those qualifications, and how well the NCC education programs have given them the necessary knowledge from an academic and a practical point of view, as well as those very important people management skills, which are essential for any up-and-coming position that a student is wanting to achieve one day.
Yes, Tamsin, and also note that these programs map against the UK government's requirements for career opportunities like software development, network engineers, etc., and all the many careers that we've already mentioned.
Thank you for listening, everybody. If you do have any extra queries, I see there's so many questions that have actually popped up into the chat window. We're going to be working through those now if we have enough time to do so. But if I could ask you if you wanted to also contact again our admissions team at admissions@nccedu.com for more information about how to become an NCC student. Bev, shall we just run through some of these questions now and see how many we can answer in the time that we have available?
Yes, that sounds exciting.
I'm just going to look here and see what questions we have. I know there seems to be a lot of students asking about scholarships. A lot of interest in the level 5 diploma in computing with cybersecurity. There's a question here. There's an academic question here from Nigeria. I'm not sure if you'd be able to answer this. What will I do with a level 4 and level 5? I want to go to a youth service in my country, Nigeria, but my certificate, I'm not quite sure, is not recognized. I'm not sure if I understand that question
Yes,
correctly.
no, I know what it is to be able to go into the youth service. The students need to have a local qualification, but there are colleges in Nigeria that are offering the programs in Lagos and Abuja, and the student just needs to go and speak to them, and they will be able to guide them into the next step. You mentioned scholarships. There are scholarships that are available, sometimes through the different colleges. NCC Education provides a few scholarships here and there, so there are scholarships available depending on the situation.
Is there anybody else that would like to pop a question into the chat window that we can answer before we leave? I can't seem to see any more questions. So I'll just give you a few more moments to pop a question to any of the students that are listening in today. If there is a question that you would like to ask Bev or myself about the particular programs. I see there has been a question about how much does the computer diploma cost. You would have to contact your nearest accredited partnered centre for that information. I'm not sure which country you are calling from the moment. Calling in from the moment, because I can't really see where you're from, but you would have to contact your nearest accredited partnered centre for that information, and they will be able to provide that to you. What is the duration of the NCC program? Well, it depends where you start, Bev. I mean, it depends if you're starting and just completing one level, for example, the level 4, or if you're actually moving on right up to the degree. But you're looking, a level 4 can take you about a year to complete. A level 5 would also be about a year. And then, of course, you'd have your top-up degree, which would be about a year. So it would take about 3 years in duration. Am I correct, Bev?
Absolutely, yes. So generally, to get your honours degree is a 3-year process for you to be able to get a UK honours degree, which is amazing.
I see Ellie's mentioning about more emphasis on the computer. We are focusing this webinar on the IT NCC pathway, but you must catch us for more updates, as we will be looking to have a NCC business diploma pathway 2 coming up in the next up and coming months. So please watch out for that information. Right. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for listening today. It's been wonderful having you all on. If I could ask you, I see there's been lots of likes and you're expressing your interest and your enjoyment of this webinar. So I'd like to thank you all, and we will speak to you again soon. Thank you again.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us.